Oh yeah. Alright, well, cheers. You also spilled all over the table. Alright. So, overall, how did this Coachella rank amongst all the other ones, do you think?
It was okay.
This was a solid mid-tier Coach.
Mainly went to see Kanye.
Yeah, sorry that you...
That did not happen.
So tell us why. I missed half of the groups that I wanted to see this weekend. Because we were stuck in the worst traffic of Coachella history. I have lost hours of my life, like I'm serious. Like I'm legitimately like a little upset at the logistics of Coachella.
Yeah.
Like I said, in all of our freaking like 6-7 years that we've gone, it's like, you know, well-oiled machine. Like they're like, all right, people go in this way. But like this year, it was just like the last like half a mile to a mile, we were just stuck. But what was really cool about this year is that, did you not feel like there was more Asian acts than usual? We actually did see tokimonsta again. It was like how many times have we seen her at Coachella now?
We've probably seen her 10 times.
We've seen her like
at low end.
At Coach, at low end.
Everywhere.
So dope to see her just like move her way like kind of up, you know? Like she was just like randomly at Dulab. Yeah. And I love her.
She brought out Tinashe. Which is cool.
Before you were betrayed.
But she did bring Anderson.
You were so convinced too, the entire set. We were like, she's definitely gonna bring out Anderson .Paak. And you're
She knew that. She was playing this song with Andy.
Dude, I know. She was like teasing it, like, ooh, guess who my special guest is?
I want to introduce my NASA test. Earth Gang, make some noise! Coachella, make some
noise! Right when we got there, we found my friends and we're like, all right, let's go to tokimonsta.
Yeah, it was actually really good because a lot of her stuff is a lot more chill or like, you know, ambient.
Yeah,
she did a really good job structuring her set.
To make it like dancey, but also like exciting.
Yeah, she did a good live production too. It was like a mushroom forest. She bought a billboard too on the way.
She did her oh, the Squid Game song.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, you know, a banger. Like fun, good times.
Yeah. She did a good job.
We saw Epik High.
Our second time seeing Epik High, Coach.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember. So that was the year we camped,
I remember
which is why I probably have very little recollection from that weekend.
I remember
it was so painful.
Epik High was probably one of my favorite bands growing up.
A young boy in Minnesota, and they did not even know what a Tablo or an Epik High was there.
No, but Tablo was one, and Utada Hikaru actually. Two of the only Asian American like role models and idols that I had.
Yeah.
He studied like creative writing or something instead.
No, yeah.
A rapper friend committed suicide, so he dedicated his life to being a rapper. I was gonna be a rapper. Okay. Those were my career goals at the time. Remapping the human soul, like part 2, 3 or something. Like,
fun fact for all the other BTS fans, we were like Map of the Soul. It's like both Suga and RM are like such huge fans of Epik High.
There was a non-zero chance that because BTS was in Vegas that weekend, they could have
you know, I was trying to manifest that shit for myself. I was just like literally sitting there like thinking like, what would be the chances that BTS does a surprise? Like India and Vegas are not that far away from each other. Rina and Japanese breakfast were slated. We missed them both. Yeah, I would like to say you were like a very early Rina Sawayama fan.
I discovered Rina Sawayama. I was actually the first person to discover her music on the internet. And this was back in 20...
She's a, you know, Japanese, British artist. Now she's like working with everyone, you know? Like she's featured on the Charlie XCX record. She worked with
Lady Gaga.
Elton.
She was on...
No. How would you describe her style?
I think she does a good job of balancing pop. You know, kind of a 90s influence. I think her earlier stuff was kind of rooted in
that EP was
in the
very,
nostalgia
like, almost like Mariah Carey,
exactly.
like kind of.
But then with like the lens of the modern kind of like internet era, that's the whole kind of like theme, the concept of cyber Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
I know she's kind of like Charlie.
A little bit, totally.
Like, yeah,
you know?
still very like accessible, like generally, you know, mainstream acceptable pop, but with, you know, enough nuance.
Should we pause here to get another beer?
Yeah.
This Japanese breakfast set, even though that was like the one set, I was like, that was the early set. I was trying to get there by. I was like, I'm trying to see J-Brex. It's been a really long time since we've seen her.
Yeah.
We saw her at the Echoplex, okay? The thing that I've appreciated most about Michelle that's like changed so drastically is her performance like style, like literal style. Like some of like the dresses and stuff that she wears now. So cool.
I kind of like the earlier days more, where it
was just like kind of like
it's grungier. She's like a famous New York Times
best-selling
art
novelist.
author.
Shout out to my Crying in H Mart book review. That was my very first like TikTok content creation review thing that I made. They're doing some sort of like
on streaming
video adaptation of Crying in H Mart.
Is she gonna play herself?
I would assume so, as it's like an
like,
auto
like
biographical
written by Eminem, starring Eminem about Eminem.
Quick, could you like better Japanese breakfast or Nitsuki? The main highlight of Saturday, and then maybe also the entire Coachella weekend, was the 88 Rising set. Wah, 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 wah. Literally, like that every summertime song was just like every single TikTok video for like months, you know? So I think she's just like blown up like a lot over the past few years. It's cool.
But we did see her for the 88 Rising set.
It's true. She played like a couple songs. That was dope. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to go to Head in the Clouds.
And also 21.
That was so sick, dude.
It was cool.
It was for sure the most exciting thing.
Did you even listen to 21 as a kid?
I know some of the bangers.
Okay.
To a lot of CL solo shit because of you.
So
When I said Menbu.
Minbu. Yeah.
Every day.
Like 21 was just blowing up when we were in high school, and I think 21 kind of pioneered a new sound for K-pop. Much like trap influence, like badass like girl group. That was like their image, and that was reflected through their sound too. And it's like pretty much become Blackpink and all the other.
And aespa, actually, that we didn't get to see, but Weekend too. Like,
I don't know.
Follows the lineage of like, let's say like Blackpink with very like trap, heavy like production.
aespa, but 21 is really cool.
Utada Hikaru was gonna be at the 88 Rising like set. Kind of lost your shit.
I never thought that I would ever see her.
It was not like one of the first things we like. Okay, not one of the first things, but I feel like very early conversations that we had, like in our relationship and stuff like that. It's just like how much. Well, for me, how much like Simple and Clean meant to me, like a song. Like it was the only song I listened to for like 2 years. Well, iPod Shuffle. It would just like the song would finish and I'd be like, all right, go back, one more playthrough.
I went through her entire discography. She was one of my favorite artists ever growing up. And everything from like her first record with First Love, and then Automatic, Sakura Drops.
I know, that's why it was like so exciting. And you like literally lost your shit. We had to go through Utada Hikaru appreciation nights semi-recently, so I actually like knew both of
Go through it
them.
again tonight. Play every record.
Alright, we don't have time for that tonight. It was really cool to see like kind of people that they like brought into this just like machine that they're building. weird that we were very early 88 Rising supporters and fans.
88 is one of those things where it's, when you see a company and you wish you started that company. And it's like, there are very few companies like that. 88 is one of those. One of those companies, and I think what they have accomplished with bringing Asian American and Asian music and media and entertainment to Western mainstream culture is a vision that I've had. I think the inception of it was the Ichima remix.
Ichima.
Dumbfounded. It was like ASAP Ferg. And there's a Josh Pan Opus remix of it. That's probably my favorite song of all time. Yeah, from there he just added Rich Brian.
Rich Brian. Is this a good segue to talk about Joji?
He was sick. He stopped his set.
But he was sick. We thought it was technical
for like
difficulties.
10, 15 minutes.
The stage went completely dark.
So, but you could tell during the set he was not feeling it.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was having fun. But he still played slow dancing.
He still got most of the hits. Did you know that bitches love Joji?
No.
Like,
he had a whole YouTube career. He was pretty successful before that, and he was basically just like this meme guy who dressed up in a pink like onesie.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And apparently he hated it, and he was like really depressed, and it was like he hated doing that.
You see, that exact reason is why I think bitches love Joji, dude. He's got like the Pete Davidson factor, where he's like kind of a little up, like kind of like a little misunderstood, maybe.
Also kind of like, I mean, this is probably overselling by a lot, but kind of like the Frank Ocean of.
Bruh.
Of
really?
Odd Future.
Of Odd Future?
Kind of the most famous and
Okay,
one. But he doesn't really like vibe with the rest of the group. And he's like, kind of just wants to do his own thing.
How do you know that?
Still struggling to understand what the Pete Davidson factor is. And
I can't explain it, but it's just like a thing that exists. And it worked. Dating Kim Kardashian right now. She's with Skeet.
yeah. But at the cost of we didn't get to see Kanye.
It all goes back to Kanye. A ton of other like Asian acts that we like didn't see, but probably should get like special shout out, like Ravina. Loved her debut album.
Really well. Good.
It would have been really
set.
good, yeah.
Good chill.
It's been really fun to see Carrie Pamu Pamu. Just for the Pon 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 song.
I have no idea who that is.
And then other special Asian shout-outs are The Who, a Mongolian like metal rock band. H.U. Who.
Not Pete Townshend.
No. Arouge Off-Tob's been getting like so much like recognition this past year. Peggy Goo.
That would have been great to see.
Would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
So Mean. And Conan Gray. Do you know Conan Gray is half Japanese?
I don't know who Conan Gray is.
All in all, it's cool. Cool Coachella.
We'll be back next year when BTS headlines.
Don't even get me started, okay?
Could happen. Be Frank Ocean and BTS.
Alright, I'm cutting it. Like, there's something about Joji, dude. He's kind of hot, though.
What about me?